you want to treat damage as it occurs instead of waiting. Hello and welcome. I'm Cody, the founder of Montarbo Skincare, always here to help you have the most healthy, glowing, and gorgeous skin regardless of your age, concerns, or budget. And in today's video, talk about the 7 things you can do to prevent sun damage this summer. So I've always said this, and I know it to be true because I've worked on thousands of clients, and I see the ones that do it, and I see the ones that don't do it, and also I see when I do it religiously and when I don't do it, and that's what I'm going to share with you today. And that is that you want to treat damage as it occurs instead of waiting. So a lot of people go on vacation and enjoy their life during the summer, which I applaud you and I recommend that you do. But if you let yourself go during the summer, in the fall, what's going to happen is you're going to scramble to try to get your skin back on track, which is going to cost you a lot of money, and you're going to have to use a lot of products to try to repair the damage that's occurred, because regardless, you still get damage with all the sunscreen and everything you do with the environment, because also the UV index is higher, and you're sweating, and you're usually dehydrated a little bit, and you're not as maybe proactive because you may be drinking or you're on vacation, and so you kind of let it go a little bit. That's normal and that's natural. And with doing everything perfectly, you can still get damage. So these things will help you really prevent it and to make you stay on your A game this summer, regardless if you're going on vacation or regardless if you have skin that you don't like right now, so that you just really maintain flawless skin as much as possible during the whole summer, so that when fall hits, you look good and you just go get a treatment or a peel or a facial or something, and it's going to even work better because you're not going to have to be removing a whole bunch of surface level damage that has occurred during the summer. First thing that I recommend that you do is you have to exfoliate your skin, and the reason is because during the summer it's hotter, it's humid, and you're producing more oil and you're sweating a lot more, and you're also wearing a lot of sunscreen, and what happens is this surface layer of your skin starts to build up a little bit of a crust and a thicker layer, and also with all the sunscreen that you're using and applying, reapplying, which I think you are, you start to just get a film of thicker dead skin on the surface. You need to strip off that dead skin buildup and oil and congestion off the surface layer of your skin every single night before you go to bed, especially if you're wearing copious amounts of sunscreen. So we have like a lot of our clients using the exfoliating cleanser every single night for that, just to make sure that they remove all of the damage of that buildup and layer of oil that's on the surface of the skin, so that you're treating the damage as it occurs. So whatever product you have now, even if you're using a mild scrub, whatever it is, make sure that you exfoliate every single night before you go to bed, before you apply the next products that I'm going to talk about. The second thing is use an antioxidant. I know that you already know this, but I want you to use twice as much twice a day. So if you use 5 drops now, you're going to use 10, and you're going to spend some time and you're really going to massage it into your skin. And if you're struggling with like pigment or a lot of sun damage, I want you to apply even more and to really massage it into that area, and then let it fully absorb into your skin before you do anything else. Always antioxidant serums like vitamin C go on first after cleansing, after exfoliating, so that they can penetrate into the skin a little bit more, so that they can do their job, so that they can help to strengthen the skin, brighten the skin, and prevent future damage. So you put that on first, allow it to absorb, and then once it absorbs, you apply whatever else it is that you like in your regimen. So that's very important, is that you're using a vitamin C serum and antioxidant twice a day, and you're using twice as much. And the third thing that you can do, especially if you don't see a professional, is once a week you need to do a home facial where you kind of step it up and give yourself a really good treatment with the exfoliation, with applying even more antioxidants, doing a little bit of a moisture mask, doing whatever you can do to treat your skin so that it's really running at optimal levels and really able to also just be stronger so it can ward off any of the damage. So we have clients religiously come in during the summer because we're treating the damage as it occurs, for those that don't want to do this at home. But if you can't afford a professional, do it at home with whatever you can now, with whatever ingredients you have now. And if you're really wanting me to talk about, to show you like how to do a home facial at home with like your current products, let me know and I'll teach you how to do that. And the fourth thing is, obviously, you need to wear sunscreen, but you need to apply enough. And this is the biggest thing. I can't tell you how many times I show people how much sunscreen to use, like 20 times, and they're still like, oh, that much? It's a lot. So it's like a quarter of a shot glass just for your face. One whole 8-ounce bottle of sunscreen is really only 6 applications for your whole face, neck, and body. So most people that have pigmentation or dealing with sun damage and melasma aren't putting enough sunscreen on. And people are going to ask, and I've already done a video on this, which I'll leave a link to on my sunscreen video since it's summer. Do you need to apply sunscreen every 2 hours? Yes, if you're outside and you're enjoying your life. But if you're inside and you've put enough sunscreen on at the beginning of the day, like I've showed you in those other videos, which I'll leave the link to, then you should be fine, because sunscreen degrades a little bit by sweat and moisture, but mostly through the absorption of UV light. So don't be paranoid if you, don't sit in your office and apply sunscreen every 2 hours. That's just not necessary. And the fifth thing is you need to brighten pigmentation as it occurs or before it occurs with a pigment inhibitor, whether that is alpha-arbutin, licorice, hydroquinone, kojic acid, whatever it is you use. I use our precision brightening cream because to get little freckles, and you can see them in videos sometimes when I'm not absolutely religious and hardcore with my regimen. So whatever it is that you use now, you're going to need to use it twice a day, especially if you're really suffering from pigmentation, so that you can just make sure that you're preventing it, that you're treating the damage as it occurs, so that you don't wait till fall and then you have lots of deep pigmentation in your skin or lots of pigmentation scattered throughout. The thing about pigmentation inhibitors is it starts to suppress the enzymatic response of tyrosinides in the skin, and then so when the radiation from the sun hits your skin and it activates that enzymatic response, it makes it so it's a little bit more scattered throughout the skin layers instead of overproducing in one area, where you start to get kind of that buildup of darker, thicker looking pigmentation on the skin. And the sixth thing is to invest in a moisture mask. I don't care how expensive it is or how reasonable it is. You just need to do a moisture mask at least 3 times a week. The reason is because the summer it's hotter and you're a little bit more dehydrated, and especially if you're drinking a lot of alcohol and having a good time on your vacation in the Bahamas or wherever you're at, or you're sweating, you wipe off your skin is going to be dehydrated. And that's just the name of the game during the summer, because the UV index is a little bit higher. So you need to use a moisture mask to flood back into your skin a little bit more moisture from the dehydration that could be occurring from just your normal activities during the summer and from the dehydration that occurs from more of sun absorption. And the seventh thing is to use a retinoid. And I know some of you stop using a retinoid during the summer because you're afraid that it could cause more damage. But here's the thing. I always think, do you take your supplements every day? Yes. Do you just stop those during the winter? Do you work out every day or at least a few times a week consistently? Or do you just stop and then kind of try to catch up? So it depends on your mindset. The way I look at it is that you still want to use a retinoid if it makes you more sensitive to the sun, even exfoliation if it makes you more sensitive to the sun, because you're going to be wearing antioxidants, you're going to be wearing sunscreen. But by turning on your skin cell to stimulate the collagen and to stimulate the cellular turnover in your skin, you're going to be having at the top layer of your skin the most beautiful baby looking skin, which you're going to protect with sunscreen. So even if you do get a little bit of sun somehow by accident and you burn a little bit, so you've damaged your skin a little bit, but the retinoid is going to repair that damage. It's going to reverse that damage. It's going to prevent that damage. And like I've said before, if you're wearing enough sunscreen, you shouldn't have that issue. You should really never have sun touching your face. I never have the sun touching my face. I have copious amounts of sunscreen on. If I'm laying out at the pool or whatever, I still have sunscreen on my body, but I put a towel or something over my face. I wear a hat and I have glasses. Just because, girl, this costs a lot of money to fix. I've been spending 2 decades trying to fix my skin, and I'm one of those people. Thank God I'm in this industry. I have to be on my skin constantly. It is extra. It can be a real bitch. If I'm not on it, it shows almost immediately. My partner, he can wash his face with shampoo and conditioner and he's fine. He just has really a different genetic skin type than me. So if you're like me, you need to be on your A game so that you're repairing and preventing it was damaged during the day. But if you follow all of these things, your skin should be pretty snatch and flawless for the fall if you follow these. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them below this video. I hope you have a wonderful summer. I'll see you really soon in a new video, and remember to always stay gorgeous.